Hi everyone, I am Paula Stewart Young. Welcome back to the platform, the FGGOM, Papua New Guinea. Yes, we come once again to continue our little series on the persons of Jesus, genealogy. And what a set of characters they are. Have you been following? Yes, man, we started with Tamar and Judah, and we went to David and Bathsheba, and what a drama that was. So but just before we delve into that, we are going to pray. Father, I want to bless your name. We just want to give you the praise, the honor, and the glory. Lord, I pray that you may speak to us through your word. May someone receive an answer today through your word, Father. Lord, may you cover us and keep us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Make me a reflection of your image. Let me be an agent of your peace. Make me a bearer of your message. Let the mind of Christ be in.
So we are now at Boaz and Ruth in the book of Ruth, chapter 1 to 4, but I won't be reading the entire set of scriptures. I'll be taking parts of the scriptures to tell the story, right, and to show how it is this beautiful story can help us as we navigate our lives, as we go through life. So remember, everything starts from Matthew chapter 1, 1 to 17, where we read Jesus' genealogy, and these persons are within that genealogy. And to show that persons, although related, we still have differences, although related, right? So let the story begin. So Naomi is the mother in the story. She had two sons, a husband. Ruth married one of those sons, right? And when she married that son, Chilean, he died. All the men died. So she had two daughters-in-law because she had two sons. One daughter-in-law decided to stay back when Ruth decided to go back to Bethlehem. However, Ruth said, I am not staying here, I'm coming with you. All right, so she decided to go with Naomi because Naomi was a wonderful mother-in-law. She must have been. For her daughter-in-law to say, I'm coming with you, she must have been a good mother-in-law. So both of them went back to Bethlehem. And in chapter 2, Ruth said to Naomi, I need to go pick some grain because it's barley harvest time. And they have no men in the family to take care of them, no children either. So she said, anybody would allow me to harvest in their field, I am going to go and harvest in that field. So the field that she went to, she got the privilege to glean in the field. And of course, there were other workers, and she found favor because no one there troubled her. Because there must have been other persons there. Because, all right, let's put some context. Back then, persons who normally glean in the barley fields, are persons who are poor and widows who have no one to look after them. So other persons in that field would have treated her bad, but no one treated her badly. Boaz was away, however, and Boaz now is a man of standing from the clan of Elimelech. Boaz is the owner of the field. Yes, he is the owner of that field that Naomi chose to go and glean in. And not only that, he is a guardian redeemer. He's one of the guardian redeemers. And I'm going to explain what the term guardian redeemers mean later on in the story. Right? So when he came back from his trip, he see this woman in the field. And he says, who does she belong to? Is it because she may be a new person in the field, but he noticed her? Or is it that is her appearance, her striking appearance attracting? I believe that it's her beauty that attracted him. Who is this woman? And the answer come to him from one of his overseer in verse 6 of chapter 2. She is the Moabite who came back from Moab with Naomi. She said, please let me glean and gather among the shafts behind the harvesters. She came in the field and has remained it here from morning till now, except for a short rest in the shelter. There's the answer. Yes, man, for a short rest. So not was only Ruth beautiful. It shows here that the overseer observed that she was hardworking woman. So beautiful and hardworking. And this, I think, even caused Boaz to have more interest. And so Boaz said to Ruth now in verse 8 through to verse 9, my daughter, listen to me. Don't go and glean in another field, and don't go away from here. Stay here with the woman who work for me. Watch the field where the men are harvesting and follow along after the woman. And I have told the men not to lay a hand on you. And whenever you are thirsty, go and get a drink from the water jars the men have filled. You hear those instructions? Watch out for the men who are harvesting and follow after the woman. Yes, man. And give instruction, no man must lay a hand on you. Girl, find favor, love in the air. So love filled Boaz's heart for this woman, and the love that filled his heart is showing right here in his statement. He's protecting her, he's providing, he's being thoughtful, he's being kind, he's being gentle and caring. Just like in 1 Corinthians 13:47, that describes what love is. 1 Corinthians 13, please read that, right, to tell us what love is all about. And Boaz is showing some of these attributes. So here, what is Ruth's response in verse 10? At this, she bowed down with her face to the ground. She asked him, why have I found such favor in your eyes that you notice me a foreigner? She blushing, yes, but she holding down her face to the ground, and of course, it's a sign of respect as well. And who wouldn't, which well-thinking woman would not be showing, some respect and love, start to flatter your heart. It's a wow. Can you imagine? So Boaz replied, I've been told of all about what you have done for your mother-in-law since the death of your husband, and how you left your father and mother and your homeland and came to live with a people you do not know before. May the Lord repay you for what you have done. May you be richly rewarded by the Lord, the God of Israel, under whose wings you have come to take refuge. Brother, indeed, she under the wings of Jesus. And I tell you, Boaz is saying that, may the Lord repay her richly. Does Boaz realize that he's the one that the Lord is using to reward her? Did he know? Maybe he did, maybe he did. But he definitely started the process. Yes, man. So Ruth replied in verse 13, may I continue to find favor in your eyes, my Lord, she said. You have put me at ease by speaking kindly to your servant, though I do not have the standing of one of your servants. Respect. Hannah, wow, wonderful. Ruth. Now, verse 14. At mealtime, Boaz said to her, come over here, have some bread, and dip it in the wine vinegar. Oh, yes. When she sat down with the harvesters, he offered her some roasted grain, and she ate all she wanted and had some left over. As she got up to glean, Boaz gave orders to his men, let her gather among the shafts, and don't reprimand her. Even pull out some stock for her from the bundles and leave them for her to pick up, and don't rebuke her. Wow, provision, Papua New Guinea, provision, favor, favor, favor for Ruth. Yes, man, love struck Boaz. So, of course, she have favor. Starks being left behind for her. No one is to trouble her. Yes, man. So, with all of this, Ruth is very much excited when she got home. Naomi see her comes home. I said, wait, where did you go today? She asked her the question twice. You know, she come home with such large bundle of grain and thing. So, of course, Naomi know, being the older woman and wiser, thinking to herself, no, I need to teach this younger woman here, this young Ruth, I need to teach young Ruth that this is what older woman should do. So people, you are older, a woman should be teaching the younger woman how to handle themselves. And here's the instruction come from Titus 2:4-8. NLT. These older women must train the young women to love their husband and their children, and to live wisely and be pure, to work in their homes, to do good, and to be submissive to their husbands. Then they will not bring shame on the word of God. In the same way, encouraging young men to live wisely. There you have it. The instruction is in the Bible. Older woman teach younger woman. Yes. So Ruth is about to teach her, right? So first thing Ruth told her though is that Boaz is a redeemer on the side of Naomi's husband, right? He is one of, he's not the only one. So right here now, we talk about the guardian redeemer. This word again, the guardian redeemer. He is a guardian redeemer. This guardian redeemer, it operates from the Levite right law. Just like in Judah and Tamar, where Tamar husband died and she was to marry the other brother because her husband died. She didn't have a child with him or anything. So the second brother should marry her and have a child for the deceased brother. This is the same law here. So Naomi had no more sons. So it has to go on to the relative of the husband, her husband. So he was one of the guardian redeemer for her, right? Boaz. Later on, you'll find out about the next one. So, right now, she went on in chapter 13 to say to Ruth. Let's read that. One day, Ruth, chapter 3, sorry. One day, Ruth, mother-in-law Naomi said to her, my daughter, I must find a home for you where you'll be well provided for. Now, Boaz, with those women you have worked, is a relative of ours. Tonight he will be willowing marvelous on the threshing floor. Wash, put on perfume, and get dressed in your best clothes. Then go down to the threshing floor. But don't let him know you are there until he has finished eating and drinking. When he lie down, know the place where he lie. Then go and uncover his feet and lie down, and he will tell you what to do. Yes, she gave her instruction indeed. So Ruth take off all that working clothes and put on nice dressing clothes and look good and smell good and everything and follow her mother instruction. Now, this act that Naomi told Ruth about is for Boaz to know that she's fully interested in him being her redeemer, for him to be her husband. And let's find out what happened on that threshing floor. Verse 7. When Boaz had finished eating and drinking and was in good spirit, he went over to lie down at the far end of the grain pile. Ruth approached quietly, uncovered his feet, and lay down. In the middle of the night, something startled the man. He turned, and there was a woman lying at his feet. Who are you? He asked. I am Ruth, your servant. Of course, you don't recognize her because she all dressed up, all dolled up. She said, spread the cover of your garment over me, since you are my guardian redeemer of our family. And of course, here comes Boaz's reply. The Lord bless you, my daughter, he replied. This kindness is greater than that which you have showed earlier. You have not run after the young men, whether rich or poor. And now, my daughter, don't be afraid. I will do for you all you ask. All the people of my town know that you are a woman of noble character. Although it is true that I am a guardian redeemer of your family, there is another who is more closely related than I. Stay here for the night, and in the morning, if he wants to do his duty as your guardian redeemer, good, let him redeem you. But if he is not willing, as surely as the Lord lives, I will do it. Lie there here until morning. So she lay at his feet until morning, but got up before anyone could be recognized. And he said, no one must know that a woman came to the threshing floor. Wow. Boaz was very happy to know that she wanted him to redeem her. And he started to put in plans in place to ensure that. But not only that, he loved her. And this is it, ladies. When a man loves you, he's going to look out for you because he cared about her character. You know what he said? Everybody in town know that she's a noble woman. And he doesn't want anybody to know that she's on the threshing floor. You know, some gossipers, they just see something and they just run with it. Yes, he did not want that because they don't have the full understanding, and that would taint in her character. So a good man seek to protect you in every way, ladies. Yes, they do. And so he went ahead now to go and find the other guardian redeemer, right? So just before he does that, in the morning, he sent her with gifts again because he doesn't want anyone to see her. They get up early and she left. So Boaz in chapter 4 now, he said, verse 1, meanwhile, Boaz went up to the town gate and sat down there just as the guardian redeemer he had mentioned came along. Boaz said, come over here, my friend, sit down. So he went over and sat down. Boaz took 10 of the elders of the town and said, sit here. And they did so. Then he said to the guardian redeemer, Naomi, who has come back from Moab, is selling the piece of land that belonged to our relative Elimelech. I thought I should bring the matter to your attention and suggest that you buy it in the presence of these seated here and in the presence of the elders of my people. If you will redeem it, do so. But if you will not, tell me, so I will know. For no one has the right to do it except you, and I next in line. I will redeem it, he said. Then Boaz said, on the day you buy the land from Naomi, you also acquire Ruth the Moabite, the dead man's widow, in order to maintain the name of the dead with his property. At this the guardian redeemer said, then I cannot redeem it, because I might endanger my own estate. You will redeem it. I cannot do it. So this guardian redeemer, of course, in the Levirate law, once he buys his property, it's still in the man's name. And the first child he has would be the man's child. This man had great wealth. He can't afford to his own wealth in his name now becomes a part of a deceased man name it. He said, no, 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 no. Boaz redeemed it. And of course, Boaz wanted to hear that. Love struck Boaz. This was music to his ears. And so from there on, that matters was settled, and Boaz and Ruth got married. They got married, and Ruth and Boaz, their union produced Obed, the father of Jesse, and Jesse, the father of David. You see right there, it's important to read the genealogy. Now we know who is who produced who, and it bring everything a good picture in our mind when we read the Bible as to who is who and how they are connected. So we want to look at the heart of Boaz, of a man, a good man, the type of man that you should want in your life, ladies, to marry to. I'm going to look at Ruth too, the type of woman, gentleman you should want to be married to. Boaz is caring, thoughtful, considerate, protective, kind, gentle, and so much more about him. He's a man of integrity, of standing, a hardworking man. That's Boaz. Ruth, no. Ruth is a worker. She's respectful. She's gentle. These are the attributes, we should have in our relationships. It helps the relationship to work better. Everybody love each other, right? Some person is not that easy to love, but when you're choosing person to a spouse, these are the things that we need to look out for. And to do your homework, just like Boaz did his homework. He said the people of the town. So he did his homework. And ladies, we need to do our homework on the men that we're showing interest into. This story, we do the story to show how different persons in our genealogy have different attributes. We are one, same blood, certain characteristics are the same, but yet different. David had showed a different sin that was in him. So our heart will deceive us, so we must not allow our hearts to deceive us. This year's stories have totally love story. Tamar and Judah is one of deception as well. All these persons are related to Jesus, and one would think, wow, Jesus' genealogy should be perfect because he's a perfect man. No, but Jesus himself came from heaven, straight from heaven, right? And Mary was just a facilitator in the process in carrying that child. We are connected to Jesus, but we can only be that like him when we heal our lives to him. He is the one who allows us to be good. There's no good in us by ourselves. It's God allow us to be good by being obedient, and his spirit allow us to, do the things that we're supposed to do, because we don't have that kind of capacity to do good things all the time by ourselves. It is Jesus that does that. So as we are ending this series, not ending this series right now, but the next time you see me, I'll be ending the series with one last person. You might want to guess, but I won't say who. But let me tell you, it has been a pleasure, Papa New Guinea. So join me again next time, right, on this platform. Bye.